Have you ever seen a mustard seed? Just look how tiny it is. This has to be the smallest seed I've ever seen. A mustard seed is so small that if you were holding one in your hand and dropped it on the ground, you might not be able to find it. Even though the mustard seed is one of the smallest of all seeds, it grows into one of the biggest trees. In fact, Jesus used the mustard seeds in one of his parables, comparing it to the kingdom of God.
The kingdom of God is like a mustard seed. It is the smallest of all seeds, but it becomes the largest of all garden plants.
But what does this all mean? Well, when Jesus first began teaching others about God's love, he had no followers. But then he asked two fishermen, Peter and his brother Andrew, to join him. He then asked James and John to follow, and they did. And one by one, Jesus called his disciples until there were 12 of them. But then they brought others to Jesus. And then those people brought their friends. And those people brought even more friends. And the kingdom of God grew. You see, Jesus started growing the kingdom of God with just a handful of disciples. Every follower of Jesus is part of that kingdom. And that means you and I are also part of the kingdom of God. And each time we tell someone about Jesus, we are helping to grow that kingdom. Now imagine how many people we can come to help know Jesus over our entire life. 2? 30? Or 100? Now multiply that by every believer sharing the good news. How amazing is it that we have the job of growing God's kingdom? And it didn't just stop with the disciples, but that you and I can have a part in it too.